I just bought the DeWalt DW735X planer from Grizzly Industrial, along with a jointer that I'll be setting up on Wednesday, hopefully, when it gets here. They shipped a free stand with it, too, which I thought was pretty nice. So here I am, just unboxing it, kind of seeing what all the parts are. It came with the extra blades and the Infeed and Outfeed tables. The box itself was pretty broken. Styrofoam is cracked all over. We'll see when I take out the bottom shell. It was completely destroyed. But the planer seemed to be in pretty good shape. I'll show a close-up of the damage I found when I was putting it on the table later. The styrofoam did not have a good time on the truck. So here it is, sitting atop the DeWalt stand, which is the 7350. Checking to see if this was metal or plastic. It was pretty light. Anyway, I just attached it with the onboard tool and the single screw. Kick the tires a little bit, make sure everything feels good. It feels nice, nothing's loose, nothing vibrates or rattles, so it's always reassuring. These bolts here to attach the planer to the stand, and here's where I found a crack in the base on two sides of one of the feet here, so I'll have to call Grizzly and see if there's any problem with that. I don't think it'll affect anything, so I don't really care. I could not get this wheel to turn at all. Felt pretty dumb. Went to the forums, checked it out. A lot of people, I guess, had some issues. I think it may have just been a lubrication issue, so I lowered it and raised it a few times, and it finally started to move a little more freely. Here I am cleaning off the surface, making it nice and glassy, and sealing it up, or at least kind of making it smoother with some paste wax. Rub that in and let it dry for a minute or two, and wiped it back off. So the Infeed and Outfeed tables just kind of pop onto these little spring-loaded divots here. I'm sure that's not the correct term, but I also wanted to make sure that they were as level as possible, so I got my magnetic level here, which is kind of nice because it snugs up real tight, and when I loosen the screws on the Infeed and Outfeed tables, the magnet pulls it up level, pretty close. So you can see there's quite a gap there just from the factory, so I'll have to undo them and undo the screws and then pop it up to the magnet. You see the lever or the arm on the side there just went up as well, so that actually created an issue. So when I tighten the screws a little bit later, I make sure to pull the lever down before I tighten the screws. Otherwise the magnet pulls the whole thing up, and then when you take it off, the actual side there that I'm holding onto falls back down again and it's no longer level. Clean and polish those up as well using the same paste wax as earlier. So there it is, nice and shiny, real smooth. It's a nice little kick lever there. Just pops up on one wheel and then you let it down when you're done. So here goes my first test cut. I'm just using an old scrap piece of 2x6 here. I don't have a dust collection system here yet, but it'll probably be my next investment. See, I get pretty covered in chips, as does my car, my driveway, and my garage. There were definitely some snipe lines there. I'll have to figure out how to adjust to counteract that as best I can. But they're pretty obvious lines. You can see where one roller ended. Pretty smooth otherwise, real glass finish. And that was on setting 2, which was the dimensioning rather than the finishing cut. So I think there's about 72 cuts per inch as opposed to 100 and something, 176 I think. This is what the shavings look like. Here's some more shavings, just in case. They're everywhere. Other than the adjustment wheel not wanting to turn, it was a pretty easy setup out of the box. You just have to attach the wheel and the dust port on the back there. So, here it is, the DeWalt 735X planer. I haven't really used a planer before at all, so I can't compare it to anything, but I'm just excited to have one. I'm going to be making some cabinets pretty soon, and I want to be able to flatten everything out real nice once I get my jointer set up as well. So stick around and I'll post a video of my jointer setup sometime next week. Feel free to comment with questions and subscribe if you want to. All right, thanks.